Tonight, Dubbo facing days of road closures as kids put themselves in danger in floodwaters. Burrendong Dam releasing millions of litres of water into the already flooded Macquarie River. And flash flooding hits parks as the district sinks under.
This is Prime News with Hugh Whitfell.
Good evening everyone on another wet day in the west. Coming up, the latest flood information for our region as we prepare for more flooding over the weekend. And soon in sport, switching codes, the league star who's crossing over to coach in Parks. Warren is still shaping up for major flooding this weekend as water across the region makes its way downstream. In a moment, we'll show you all the water that's coming out of Burrendong Dam from the air and on the ground, plus the latest from Coonamble. First to Dubbo, where the Cerizia Bridge on the Newell Highway could be closed for days. There's been traffic mayhem in the city for more than 24 hours after the low-level bridge disappeared underwater. Catalina Flores begins our coverage.
These were the last trucks allowed to drive over the Cerizia Bridge before it was closed to all traffic. Just 48 hours ago, Dubbo residents could walk along here. Now it's underwater. The build-up of debris, the only sign a bridge lies underneath here. Today, residents flocked in to get a closer look.
Just to see how it's going and if it's got any worse or any better.
And kids had fun with the extra amount of frogs around.
I found it sitting over on that log.
The council admits it was caught off guard and didn't expect the closure. It was told too late about the Burrendong Dam releases. The 4-lane bridge usually carries 20,000 cars a day and the LH Ford another 15,000.
When you get 35,000 vehicles a day trying to go over the LH Ford bridge, you've really got 6 lanes of traffic constrained down to 2 lanes of traffic.
It's been nearly a decade since this low-level bridge on the Newell was submerged under so much water. While it's a novelty for some, it's caused big headaches for drivers.
Probably the worst I've seen for a while anyway. You're just nowhere near this bad.
I think a lot of it could have been avoided if the sightseers, who presumably have never seen water before, could have been moved on.
I just about chewed the steering wheel off it. Had white knuckle. I reckon it's just St Michael as far as I'm concerned. 45 minutes from Fitzroy straight to the bridge.
All the frustrated drivers Prime News spoke to today want a better contingency plan, like a bypass or third bridge in the city. Today, trucks were forced through the CBD.
A second high-level bridge would be great. That's probably a $25 million project. It's beyond the ability of Dubbo Council to fund.
Traffic was smoother today, but more rain is forecast. The council expects the bridge to be closed until mid-next week. Catalina Flores in Dubbo, Prime News.
Flooding has caused a number of the region's highways to be closed, including parts of the Henry Parks Way, parts of the Oxley Highway and the Castlereagh Highway between Coonamble and Glagenbone. The Mitchell Highway is also closed between Molong and Wellington tonight. Police say the behaviour of some children around floodwaters is ridiculous. Last night, while the Cerizia Bridge was still open and trucks were getting through, up to 10 kids were playing in the water. Some were jumping on the back of trucks as they passed by.
That's ridiculous. And again, I don't know why these kids aren't at school. Certainly we're increasing our patrols around those water-prone areas. If we see children like that, we'll be physically taking them home. And we want to know from their parents why they're unsupervised and they're allowing this activity to go on.
Police say their resources were busy diverting traffic yesterday and motorists need to be patient with the delays. Motorists who drive on the wrong side of the road, around barricades or through floodwaters face a $220 fine. State Water is trying to limit the amount of water coming out of Burrendong Dam to ease the pressure on the flooded Macquarie, but millions of litres is spewing over the spillway and will do for some time to come. Antonia Morrow has spent the day there.
So much water it's spilling over at Burrendong Dam. From the air, it's as far as the eye can see. 1.7 million megalitres of water. The dam's at 146% capacity. 5 Sydney harbours could fit in here. Over the last 24 hours, the catchment has copped a further 72,000 megalitres of inflows. To cope with it all, State Water is releasing 40,000 megalitres every day.
You know, we've got to look after dam security first and foremost. We don't want the dam filling beyond what it can hold, so we'll make a decision on that based on that.
Ron says they could be releasing much more. Since Wednesday, the dam's capacity has risen 30% alone. State Water is trying to minimise the impact on landholders downstream at Dubbo who are struggling with floodwaters.
We've actually reduced the flow into Dubbo because of that reason. Downstream tubes are quite high, so we've kept more water here temporarily while we could.
The last time the dam was this full was back in November 2000 when it reached a capacity of 149%, but it has been higher than that. During the 1990 floods, Burrendong Dam got to 163%.
Yes, the dam's quite capable of holding a lot more than 146. Obviously had 163 at one stage in August 99, as I said, and it's quite capable of going a lot higher than that.